your girl Arsharae and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know, it costs nothing to subscribe, so go ahead and subscribe. If you've been to my channel before, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. Can't talk. Let's just get into it. This is Family or Fiance with Jazmin and Reggie. Okay. This episode, I don't know if because they were if he was because he was a minister, but to me they dealt with their problems, but they didn't really. It seemed like, I guess, not to the extreme as the other families like dealt with their problems. Like the other families, like, you know, I don't know if it was because the other families had deeper problems, but in a way, they dealt with their problems, like, I don't want to say in a more mature way. I don't know, but this episode just gave me like a different vibe. It gave me a different vibe. So they've been together on and off for 7 years. And basically they broke up because Jazmin moved to Atlanta and he stayed in Valdosta, and then they linked up and they were like doing this long distance thing, and then they only stayed together for like, they've only been living in the same city for like a month. Anywho, he is a minister and she is going to be a first lady. Jazmin says that they are there because both of their families has reservations about them getting married. He feels like her mom wants her to be with her ex because her mom still speaks with her ex. So her mom still has a relationship with Jazmin's ex. So you can imagine how that would make Reggie feel, that his mother-in-law has a relationship, well, his soon-to-be mother-in-law has a relationship with his fiance's ex. So Tracy tells them about their task. Oh my gosh, like I'm like an airhead right now. Reggie has to play Pop Goes the Question. Basically, they're gonna put balloons inside of a question. They were gonna put questions inside of a balloon, and they have to bust the balloons with darts, and whatever balloon they bust with the dart, that is the question that Reggie has to answer. And Jazmin is just going to cook dinner with Reggie's family. Jazmin's mom says that she and Reggie doesn't have a bond like Jazmin's ex and her had. So that is the reason why she still communicates with Jazmin's ex, because she feels like she and Jazmin's ex have a bond and her and Reggie don't have a bond. His dad, so they're basically giving their concerns, and his dad said he wants to ensure that Reggie and Jazmin really understand marriage. His mom said that he and his father need to work on their relationship. His friend said that he wants Jazmin's mother to accept Reggie. Jazmin's sister wants Reggie to be able to compromise in their relationship. Her stepfather says that his concern is communication, and her mom says that she wants a better relationship with Reggie, and she wants to make sure that they really understand what marriage is, that marriage is a commitment, marriage is something that should be taken seriously, and they need to make sure that they're ready to be married, because divorce is not an option and they're not getting divorced. So if they want to be married, they need to make sure that they want to get married. And that's a issue with this generation. Like, they just feel like marriage is a game, and like they could get married and just get divorced and it's okay. And that's not the case. Like, a marriage is a covenant between you, that person, and God. So if you're not ready for that, just because there is that option of divorce, does not mean that, oh, if this doesn't work out, I'll just get a divorce. That's not how marriage works. That shouldn't be a person's mindset when they're going into a marriage. A marriage is something sacred. So like, if you're going to do that, you should make sure that you're ready for that. You're ready to be married. You're ready to make that commitment. Okay. So they are they tell their families about their tasks that they have to complete. Jazmin's stepdad says that her mom not only needs a relationship with Reggie, but she needs a better relationship with Jazmin. And her mom was not too happy that, oh, did I say, I forgot to say that Jazmin is adopted. So Jazmin's mother couldn't have kids, so she decided to adopt Jazmin, and that's a part of the things that is wrong in their relationship. So her dad feels like that they need to have a better relationship. Her mom and Jazmin need to have a better relationship. They just want Jazmin and her mom to be more connected, and they also tell Reggie's dad that he don't really know his son, and Reggie's dad, he can admit that he hasn't been there for Reggie, and that he could have done better as a father, being with Reggie, spending time with Reggie when he was younger, but he's trying to fix that now. And there's still there inside of the balloons. There was a question about Jasmine's exes, and her mom said that she's not going to end that relationship. She said that she has a relationship with Jazmin's ex. She has built that relationship with Jazmin's ex. She doesn't feel like it interferes with Reggie and Jazmin's relationship, or her getting to know Reggie. But then her and Reggie don't really have a relationship, so it kind of does interfere. But she says that that has nothing to do with Jazmin and Reggie, and she's not ending that relationship because she likes still talking to Jazmin's ex. Don't know what that's about, but whatever. Terry, which is Reggie's dad, doesn't understand why everyone is saying that he and Reggie don't know each other. But I'm like, if you weren't there for Reggie when he was his childhood, you don't know him. You don't. So maybe you're trying to get him to know him now, but from then you don't know him. Jazmin is talking, and she says that she feels like she has to be perfect, and that's what causes the relationship, the issues with her and her mom. She feels like she's not perfect. She feels like she she has to hold herself to a higher standard to please her mom. And so that is a issue that Jazmin and her mom, a conversation that Jazmin and her mom need to have. My timer went off. A conversation that Jazmin and her mom need to have, because they need to have an understanding of what their relationship is. Reggie's dad feels like he hasn't done anything wrong, that he feels like he's doing what he needs to do to build that relationship, even though he has made mistakes in the past. Tracy is meeting with them, and she told them that they both have an issue with closeness and attachment, and that is part of the reason why Reggie isn't close to his father, and why Jazmin isn't close to her mother, because they have attachment issues, being that Jazmin was adopted and she doesn't feel like she has a close relationship with her mom, and being that Reggie didn't really get to spend time with his dad as much as he should have when he was younger. So they're talking, and while Tracy is talking to Reggie and Jazmin, her mom is having this meltdown because she feels like she's hurting, that Jazmin feels like she's not good enough. So Tracy goes to speak with with Jazmin's mom, and Tracy goes to check on her, and she feels that she doesn't want Jazmin to feel rejected. That's basically what it is. Her mom is hurt, but she feels like she doesn't want Jazmin to feel rejected, and she doesn't reject Jazmin. She loves Jazmin, and she wants Jazmin to know that. So after having that conversation with Jazmin's mom, Tracy gives them new tasks. Tracy tells Reggie he needs to talk to his dad, and Tracy tells Jazmin that they're going to meet, her and her mom are going to meet with a adoption counselor. When they meet with the adoption counselor, she tells the counselor that she wants to communicate better with her mom, And her mom tells the counselor that her mom tells Jazmin that she is good enough. She doesn't have to feel like she's not good enough. She doesn't have to feel like she has to compete or feel like she has to keep doing things that to where she's not good enough, because she is good enough. And basically the counselor kind of helps them, deal with the things that they're going through and kind of talk to each other about their issues. So they kind of have an understanding now, and they're gonna work on their relationship. Reggie and his dad talk about how Reggie feels about their relationship. He asks his dad if he regrets not being in his life as much as he should have, and his dad says that he does regret not being there, and he says that he didn't know the harm that he caused in Reggie's life, and he apologized to him for that harm that he caused in Reggie's life. So they both mend their relationships with their families. They speak on how the experience pulled back the wool on what was really going on, because they were at dinner and everybody felt like they thought they had it all together, but they realized they don't have it all together. And that's like, everybody, like, you think that it's all together, but when you actually sit down and you have therapy, you realize that it's not all together. And that is what they realized when they were speaking with, when they've gone through this whole experience. So they go to ask for their family's blessings, and they unanimously get their family's blessings from everyone. Her mom said that she feels like she's releasing a child and embracing a woman. They have not gotten married yet, but they are supposed to get married sometime this year, early this year. So we'll be on the lookout for that, and we know that they'll give us an update on. They usually do an update after so many episodes of how all the couples are doing. So now we have 4 couples that have gotten married or that will get married and that have gotten their family's blessings. No, the first couple didn't get their family's blessings, but they got married anyway. But yeah, that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And if no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Love you. Bye. Or in the next review. Love you. Bye.